What's goody?
Yup.
Feel free to turn us up a little bit.
Turn me up in the headphones.
Is this 90?
Hey, man, he's
What?
recording.
Episode 90?
This is officially episode 90.
Yeah.
Turn
Come
me to
on.
100, you know?
Yeah.
Come a long way, 90
Nah,
episodes.
no.
That's a lot of episodes still.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
For real,
We've been
dog.
working, man.
No, that's
For
it.
real.
That's it.
Okay, so Made in Trafford podcast, episode 90.
Yes,
You
sir.
know what time it is. Special guest in the building, man. Big up
Again.
yourself.
Again, of
obviously.
course.
Again.
He's back again, isn't it?
Back
sure.
Back again. Bay
Back
Shorts
again,
was
man.
his last effort.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Who knows
Beige
what the title
short.
for this will be?
Fresh
For
for the
real.
camera.
Special guest, introduce yourself.
Yo. I'm Deej. Yeah, I'm Deej, man. Let's leave it at that. I'm
Yeah,
Deej,
come
man.
on.
My guys.
Love that. Boys, get off your aliases.
Come on, man. Cole in the building. Two Dems as well in the building.
I am in the building.
E-Man in the building. I don't know why I'm ringing off everyone's aliases. I apologize.
I can confirm I am in the building.
It feels nice.
It does actually.
Come on.
No cap.
Of course.
Okay.
All right, so should we just get straight into it?
Let's
Yes.
get straight into it. Yeah. The last time we spoke, Deej, we spoke
Yep.
about Anti Joshua,
My guy,
Yeah.
man. My guy. My brother Femi.
of course.
My brother Femi.
My brother Femi.
You know it's mad when he calls him Femi, you know. That's
Femi,
mad.
man.
For
That's
real.
Femi.
This time, it's come again. We have to speak about it because I think a black man has won again.
What, Wilder?
No.
It was a good guess.
The black man that no one knows about,
Who's that?
Al Heyman. I think he's the biggest winner in this whole entire situation.
Give us some context.
So,
I thought he was going to say Eddie Hearn was black for a second.
so pretty much what's happened is that Anti Joshua and Tyson Fury had come together to try and set up a fight. It's probably the biggest. It is the biggest fight of this decade, probably boxing history ever, because it's where two heavyweights, some of the best, the two best heavyweights
In
of
their
today,
prime.
are coming together to actually unify all the belts to become the supreme world champion
Okay.
of the heavyweight division.
I'm following you.
Right. So pretty much Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, they had a fight, and Deontay Wilder had the chance to reactivate the rematch clause so they can go for the third time.
Yeah.
But he didn't for whatever reason
At the time.
at the time. So for this whole entire time, Anti Joshua, Eddie Hearn, his promoter, have been trying to set up a fight, and it's been a strenuous situation, negotiations, so on and so forth. And they finally did it. They finally had everything signed, dotted, and they were going to fight. This fight was going to be, 14th of August? 14th of August or 24th? I think it's the 14th of August. Yeah.
timeframe.
So the next thing, in between that time, there was a case going on where Deontay Wilder tried his very best to have an arbitration, pretty much to appeal to make sure that he gets a chance to fight Tyson Fury.
Right.
And he was successful.
Is this arbitration like a thing where they oversee everything that's going on and they like pass it through law that you actually cannot fight?
They look at the papers.
Yeah.
They try to see whether there was a situation where he could be right in terms of Deontay Wilder, or Tyson Fury could be right to just continue and just shut everything down and just continue with the fight with Anti Joshua.
Okay.
Lo and behold, whatever negotiations were going on in the background, Deontay Wilder won the case, and now he's scheduled to fight Tyson Fury on the 24th of July.
And the winner is
And now the situation between Anti Joshua and Tyson Fury is up in the air. Even though everything is signed and sealed, it's all up in the air.
So Fury has to definitely do this fight with Wilder is what is that's
He has to do the fight.
and now
All
but that's so
lawsuits can
fucked
fly.
because surely within boxing law he's probably been training for the last I'd imagine month or so for Joshua in preparation for their fight. Now he's got to change everything for someone he doesn't even know.
We don't know whether Tyson Fury knew.
But he maybe saw this coming and was like, well, maybe I need to switch up my training.
No, I think Tyson Fury knew, man. Well, he didn't know the outcome would be what it was, but I'm sure he knew Wilder was definitely seeking to get this fight off, man.
He's ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, man. Yes, man.
He has. He
He's
truly
ruined it
has.
for
He
everyone.
truly
You
has.
sound disappointed in the
Nah,
corner.
man, my brother Femi was about to do his thing.
Mm.
He
Do you think he
really was.
beats Fury?
He beats
He
Fury for
definitely
me, man.
does.
He beats Fury
Really?
for me, man.
Yeah.
You know what it is, yeah? I feel like, wait, I'm confused, innit? I don't know how all of a sudden my brother Femi has become the underdog for that fight. Do you get it? Like, I look at the media, I look at the general consensus online anyway, if that counts for anything. Everybody's convinced he loses the fight to Fury. Everybody's convinced. They don't see how he beats Fury, you know? And I'm like, raw, how
I guess
does
because he's
he-
got that one loss under his belt.
Yeah, man, but all
It's
great
gotta count for
heavyweights, man,
something.
Everybody
all
has
great
to hold
heavyweights have that, like these things happen, innit? These things happen. He took that loss. The loss was, yeah, like it was an upset, innit? It was an
Yeah,
upset.
Yeah.
I feel like it was I want to call it like some sort of freak accident. That's what I want to call it, innit? The way it happened, like you get me.
Right.
No one expected it. He didn't look right. I think he didn't look right. I feel like if like anyone that can see, can really see he didn't look right. But he put it right, innit?
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you think it's recency bias when it comes to Fury? Because obviously he had that fight with Wilder, and obviously from the US, they don't really rate Joshua like that anyway.
Yeah.
So for them to see him now beat Wilder, it's like, oh, raw.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy is the one that's supposed to do this.
I think it's a bunch of things, man. I can't even lie to you, man. Recency bias, maybe, but you know, like there's a saying like "heavy's the head, innit? Heavy's the head that wears the crown." Like,
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
you see, Joshua, he's built like a action figure, innit? Like he's like the most perfect heavyweight in recent times, innit? Like he's got the body of a, hey man, poor.
I was thinking, where you going?
Nah, like, but he's built very
Yeah, yeah.
athletic,
I hear you.
tall guy.
One
You get me?
1000%.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. You know,
Not only that, he's built the heavyweight the division. Sorry,
yeah,
He's
man.
quite literally brought it back.
Like his whole story is perfect as well. Do you know what I mean? Perfect. The guy won gold at the Olympics, turned pro, and his rise to where he is now has been pretty much flawless, isn't it? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like almost like it was written, storybook type shit. Can I swear?
Yeah, of course,
yeah,
bro.
man. Storybook type shit, innit? But I feel like because of that, everybody looks for reasons, or they look for chinks in the armor, innit? And they use anything to undermine or, you know, dismiss his thing.
Is it going to points through the AJ?
It could go to points. If it goes to points, I reckon AJ gets like 2 knockdowns and wins on points. Yeah, I reckon he gets like 2 knockdowns.
I've been interested. It's definitely a fight I want to see more so than Wilder and Fury because I've seen it's been done twice now.
Yeah,
I feel like I got the decision on that. I mean, Wilder barely won the first one, but obviously there's that infamous knockout, and then he rose back.
Hey, man.
My guy thought it was the Undertaker.
Fury's
Yeah.
on drugs. No, but I'm listening.
He's
He's on
on
drugs.
drugs.
He's on drugs, man. He's on
Yo,
drugs.
you have to be built different. 'cause
Credit where credit's due, boy.
That's a fact.
That
Yeah.
bang was sweet. I don't know. I don't know how
I
he
don't know
got.
how we got
Yeah,
out.
this
you
day, I
have
don't
to
know how
speak
it
to
got.
yourself, you know, like really like, oh, you know what, you have to get up from this. You have
Yeah.
to have a real word with yourself.
The maddest thing is the way he got up, because that kind of bang, typically you're still stumbling, you're still on the
Yeah,
rock.
man.
Bruv, he just like
He shook it off.
Mm.
Yeah,
woke
but then
up.
He
again,
was
I
active.
think-
I think he finished the round on top as well. Like,
crazy.
Yeah,
Absolutely crazy.
Then
It'd be a good fight, man.
I don't rate Wilder anyway. I've made it very clear.
Oh, that fight, I'm not
yeah,
really
man,
too
I don't
interested
res-
in.
I don't rate him either, man. I don't rate him
I
either.
think he's
man.
got one bang, and that's he's run around town with that, and that's about it.
I mean, he's improved with his new sparring material, but
Hey, man, I
it's-
don't know, man. I'm
I
just
don't
seeing
wanna
clips.
hear it.
I'm just seeing clips. Innit? Like, I just want to see the real thing in the ring. Innit?
Yeah.
That's a fact. Anyone can put clips together, but I don't know.
What was the you know, the last time he was on?
yeah.
Who was he fighting when we were talking about the beige shorts? Who was he fighting that
Andy
time?
Ruiz.
Man, he was fighting
Oh,
Ruiz,
oh
man.
shit,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
The
that's
first
saying-
one.
He's
Oh,
not.
raw.
His training camp. is looking like-
Looking funny in the light now, innit?
Yeah.
Fuck. I didn't even. That's crazy.
Yeah,
and then he went on to lose. That's the one he lost, isn't it?
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one he
yeah,
lost.
man.
That's the one I
Shorts,
called.
man, just running around.
Nah,
Florida.
man. Trust me, man. One day,
that's
I
the
hope.
one I called.
Hey, man.
There's
Yeah,
a conspiracy there, yeah.
man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the one I called.
He didn't look right, man. He didn't look right. I
Yeah,
swear
that's
to you.
the
From the ring walk, he didn't look right.
What are you saying?
That's the one I called. I'm just saying. Listen, I called it.
You
I
did, to
called-
be fair. Yeah, I'll
I
give you
called
that.
the round. I don't care. I called the round.
No,
Yeah.
you did. You called it. You called it because you're a Femi hater, man.
I'm not.
Femi hater.
You were waiting for the upset. Like you just called upset and it happened.
No,
Like,
I just no. Personally, I just looked at Ruiz. He was a fat guy, and I just didn't like the way he was moving as a fat guy. He's not like
That's
he
the
doesn't.
maddest sentence ever.
It's yeah. I didn't like the way he was moving as a fat man.
What do you mean, as in like how he's carrying himself in the ring, on just the way?
His technique.
Right. Okay.
As a fat man, I don't expect you to move that swift.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I was just looking at. I was like,
But he's Mexican, right?
Yeah, he's Mexican.
Yeah, and he's had like 100 amateur fights or something like that.
But then again, they used to say that for the Cubans.
I guess so, but yeah, Ruiz's pedigree was different as an amateur anyway. Over
Yeah.
100 fights, I think he only lost like 4 times.
Yeah.
Fair
That's
enough.
mad.
Yeah.
Nah, I guess we all want to see AJ
But then
versus.
Chris Ariola just panned him. Just gave him the business.
He won the fight though. You get me?
He won the
Ruiz
fight, but he
but he
made
did
sure.
drop a lot. He dropped a lot of weight for that fight. A new trainer, and he was out of the ring for I'm assuming something like 18 months. That's a long time, man.
Mm.
So I saw the ring rust, innit? I saw the ring rust, but then I saw glimpses of what is a good fighter. I think Ruiz troubles a lot of heavyweights.
Yeah,
Even the second fight with AJ looked a bit.
it wasn't clean.
He
It
did the
was
business,
clean,
but I was
man.
like,
It was
I don't
clean.
know, bro. I don't know.
Aye, man.
He-
This is what I'm talking about.
he
It
was
was
I'm not.
clean.
I'm
The type of performance,
Yeah.
that's the type of performance Fury puts on, and everyone sings his praises. It was clean, man.
It looked a bit shaky to me, man.
Nah,
I'll be
man,
honest
it was
with you.
clean. Maybe it's because you're not used
Yeah.
to seeing Joshua fight that way.
Okay.
But that was
He
clean,
did what he had
man.
to do.
If
Okay.
if you look at the judges' scorecards or whatever it is, or punches landed and things like that,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Joshua won nearly every round of that fight. Maybe bar 2, 3.
I think I was just more surprised at how Ruiz was taking the punches. Like he just doesn't seem
Well,
to
maybe
be.
that's more credit to Ruiz than a takeaway from Joshua, if anything. Maybe that's how we have to
I was
look
more
at it.
impressed by
I wasn't trying to bite off too much.
that you can chew.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Obviously, the guy's kind of but the most recent AJ fight, I was actually quite impressed by it because I felt like he showed more.
Oh yeah.
More
yeah,
tactical
yeah.
nous, you get me?
Deji educated me
My
on
guy,
that for
man,
sure.
my
For
guy,
sure.
man. I could tell he's been working on stuff in training or in the gym, man. I saw
Yeah.
different styles to his fighting in that last fight with Pulev, innit?
Yeah.
Got you.
At first I
Very
didn't get
impressive.
it, but then I was like, okay, cool. It's
Very
understandable.
impressive, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a situation we just have to watch and monitor closely. I don't know how this ends. Hopefully,
You're not team Femi, no.
No, I'm saying
That's
is
what
we
I'm
don't know what
saying,
fight
man.
we're gonna
Get
get.
me, man.
No, I'm saying. what I'm
Are
trying
you
to
a
say.
Femi hater? Is that what you're trying
If
to say?
Yeah, man.
Tyson Fury was to face Anti Joshua, Anti Joshua would win for sure.
Say that again
Anti Joshua would win for sure.
against
Again,
Tyson
too.
Fury.
Yeah.
Do you think
Because
Joshua-
Joshua, innit?
Is he beating both of them, Wilder and Fury?
I think
Yeah,
he beats
for
both
sure.
of them. I think he does. You see the Wilder fight, yeah. I think AJ deals with him on a mad thing. I think AJ fucks him up. Sorry, man.
Swear down.
Yeah, man.
Alright, well,
He's just technically better and he hits as hard, innit?
But I've been saying for years, I think Wilder's not a good fighter.
Like I think in that fight, if Wilder fights AJ, I think Wilder literally has to come out
Swinging.
and throw them. Yeah, man. Throw
Yeah,
them
but then
haymakers.
it becomes predictable though. But he's
Nah,
he won't win.
He has to throw them haymakers early or he loses, man.
because the thing about Anti Joshua, if Anti Joshua is just focused, that's it. Like I don't think there's anything that can come against him. Hence why I said
Aye.
last time he lost because he wasn't focused. He had
No,
big
and
shorts.
another thing, yeah, people talk about AJ's
Chino
chin.
shorts.
Hey man, the chino shorts are nice, man. What are you talking about?
It's a summertime vibe, man. Come
Listen,
on.
you can't wear those shorts because you look like you're wearing camouflage. You get it? So they're only built for certain niggas. You can't be wearing them
Why?
big
'Cause
shorts. like-
I don't have his hand. Like, wow, wow. Is this really the DSS?
Yo,
yeah, man.
he's not involved.
I'm not even involved. I'm just here for the dance.
Nah,
you get me?
man,
wow.
you DSS,
So it's a
man, you
different
qualify
hue.
still.
I can pass.
Okay.
Nah, you qualify, my brother.
I
Alright.
appreciate it, bro.
You're just on the outside, just on the
Safe.
outskirts, you get me?
I hear that.
just at the entrance of the barbecue.
Busting a two-step, just trying to get in, bro.
Mad. All right, so I guess just to conclude that topic, we all want to see Fury versus AJ, and no one cares about Wilder.
Yeah,
That-
pretty much, man.
Pretty
Do you man
much.
put much stock into any of these? Like, I wouldn't even call them proper fights. These fights with the Jake Pauls and
YouTube fights.
Mayweather.
You know what, yeah,
The YouTube
I think you
fights.
have to. It's
I
too
like
big. They're
it.
getting
I
too
like
big
it
to
still.
ignore.
You know what it is, yeah? A lot of people criticize it like, oh, ruin the sport. But I'm like, yo, man, do your thing, man. Do your
That's
thing.
a fact. Go chase the bag.
Like, do your
Money
thing,
off it,
man.
Mac.
That's
Yeah,
a fact.
man, do your thing,
And
man.
these men are seeing money they haven't seen before in any other arena. Like, I don't know, that Tommy Fury versus that kid or whatever fuck his name is. You know?
What kid?
That's easy money.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him. I think it's Jake Paul.
JK.
And listen, these other fight, like the actual boxers, innit? Like, obviously they must love the sport, innit? But at the end of the day, they do it for money as well, innit?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they'll be lying if they said they didn't, innit? Like, so when people look at these, I want to call them influencers or YouTubers, whatever it is, coming into the sport and saying, oh, they're ruining the sport just for money. Like, the sport's been about money for a while.
It's been for
Oh yeah,
years.
for sure.
I don't call him Floyd broke Mayweather.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact. But I just don't find it. Oh well.
He is hungry because there's no way he's fighting this kid.
Nah, I don't rate the. I kind of enjoyed the banter and the back and forth with McGregor. I kind of found it funny, to be honest with you. But the whole I got your hat thing, I was just like,
Oh yeah, yo man,
What
you
is
show
this?
these transplant to the world, man. It's peak, man. You know, when he came there with a cat, do you get me? He didn't think nobody
his
was
hair
gonna
was
see what's
looking
going on
Nah,
under there. This
That's bullying, man.
geezer just took his cat, man. I've never seen Floyd so angry before. You know,
That's true.
yeah.
He's
a
maybe
very
Jake's already
composed
won.
individual.
He must have felt vulnerable, you know, when that. Cat came, man. The hair
How can the
transplant
man
was-
say he had your hat already and then he told you he had your hat?
That's too funny. I know when 50 saw
got your
that,
hat.
he was thinking,
Ah,
I know that who I think it is. I know he was on him, bro.
love it. Love it.
He was on him.
Yeah, so the world of boxing is in a very interesting place at the moment.
Absolutely.
So we have to get into it. We'll start with. I wish I had bottles here, man. Congratulations,
Yo, man, we've got one right here, man.
yo.
Come on.
How does it feel?
I'm.
How you taking it in? I'm seeing the plaques. Life is changing. OVO tracksuit.
Yeah, man.
I had to
Hey,
represent.
shouts out to my guys at OVO. Man.
Say
Come
what?
on.
I'm joking.
I was like
I'm
that.
joking.
Latest
Nah,
trends,
man,
top
latest
5
trends.
in the charts.
Yeah,
Patrice
man.
Evra is
Yeah,
even.
man, Patrice, man. I support United now.
I said-
Nah, I'm joking. But nah, man.
Safe.
Grateful, man. I can't lie, man. I'm grateful. I'm humbled. You know what I mean? I'm proper grateful and humbled. I'm just taking every day as it comes and just trying to fully immerse myself in
The
this
music world.
Yeah.
How does one even get into this? Because how did you meet the boys?
It's a mad story, but to summarize, my younger brother, innit? My younger brother, Ads Millie, he's an artist.
Yeah. See, okay.
He's good friends with J1. And during the first lockdown, him and J1 were on a app that everyone was using at the time, House Party.
Okay.
Yeah. Where they're just jumping into rooms with different people and stuff. And they've jumped into a room and they've met A1.
Yeah.
And then they've just connected from there. And then my little brothers put them on my radar, like, oh yeah, my boys need a manager, or my boys do music, check them out. And then I've checked them out. I'm like, right, they're hard. And then the rest is history.
How did you pick Latest Trends? And that was the one that you said, all right, boys, this is the one we're gonna go with.
Nah.
When
Do
you
know-
were like that?
nobody picked it. Like the way it happened, yeah, it was so organic. Like, you know when? How do I explain
It
this?
slaps.
There's that, but there's
it's not even just
obviously
that. Like, yeah, I want to call it some divine timing. Like, you know, when everything is just perfect at the right time. Like, bare different things fall in place at the exact same time to make this thing work, innit? That's what happened with that song there. Yeah, like, I don't think the boys knew they were making a banger when they made it. They didn't even record it together initially.
Okay.
They both recorded it separately in their own spaces and whatnot,
Right.
and just merged it together online.
Okay.
One of them put a little clip on TikTok. J1 put a clip on TikTok.
I know it did numbers after that.
Yeah, it was. A1 told him, "Don't do it." J1 did it anyway. A1 was angry. Yeah, A1 was angry. Like, "What you doing? Take it down." And then it just went crazy.
How did you feel? Because you're seeing that situation unfold as the manager. You're just saying whatever helps it.
Yeah, man, you know what it is. As soon as it started going crazy online, we was like, "Yo,
We're keeping it up.
yeah, and let's record this properly. Let's go studio. Let's really do this properly, innit?" And literally, like, you could tell what was gonna happen, innit? I don't want to say that. I don't want to say I knew it was gonna go #2 in the charts.
Yeah.
But I knew that we were sitting on a big moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Especially the way it was bubbling up, because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
exactly. I mean, it's a topic that we was going to discuss anyway. But like, just seeing the success it had on like TikTok and other apps, and just how it just blew up.
Do you know the thing about it is for you on your end, because you're
Yeah.
like you're they're quite young brothers as well.
Yeah, they're young.
So there's no blueprint really
Yeah,
for like
yeah, yeah.
like TikTok success. So you must be viewing it the same way we're viewing it. Like, how is that gonna translate? Do you get it?
You know what's mad, yeah? I always hear people, you know what's mad, yeah? People always, so since the success of the song and stuff, people have hit me up like, yo, bro, like, have you got any advice? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I'm just like, it's going to sound mad, but my advice is just keep winging it. Like, it might sound mad, like, yo, people might hear me say this and like, oh yeah, like, you got lucky. Cool. But just keep winging it, innit? Like, just keep applying pressure, keep winging it. Things fall into place, innit?
Yeah. No, I think that's the best way to play it, because it just seemed very and it is that more or less their proper first official single.
It is.
So I guess there's no other way to play it, really, is there?
Literally, man, literally what we've been doing is, so the ting went off. Obviously we did things to help make the song go off, but it was mostly organic. And
What
we were
are the
just
sort of things that you as a manager puts in place to help the song do its best? Is it getting in contact with radio? Obviously the remix with H. How does that come about as well?
You know what, yeah, that was it was love, man. So H has obviously heard the song, innit? Like a lot of people heard the song. H heard the song. He's posted on his Snapchat, bigging up the boys, innit? I'm sure he found out their ages. He was like, rah, like, big up these young G's, blah, blah, blah. He was staying in London at the time. He was like, rah, like, someone passed word on to them. I want to meet them.
Got you.
Then what happened? Coincidentally, we're in a studio somewhere in London, and I've bumped into H's manager. Big up Adex. So yeah, bumped into H's manager, and we just connected for the first time, so on and so forth. A few days later, H just pulls up at a studio session with the boys and surprises the boys. Obviously, I knew it was gonna happen, innit? But you know, the boys didn't know. But yeah, man, H pulled up on the boys live in the flesh, and I respect him for it. I respect the whole team, Adex, H, all of them. Like, they didn't have to pull up in the flesh either.
That's a fact,
you know what I mean? Like, they didn't have to pull up in the flesh. They could have showed their support from a distance. Yeah, now big up you guys. Maybe.
And you think that makes it more organic because he did the verse in the flesh?
100%, man. And it was inspirational for the boys. Like, that was their first real like, we're musicians. That was their first moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because this was during lockdown as well, innit? So their songs going off, but
You can't,
they can't see what that actually looks like in the real world. You know what I mean? They're just seeing engagement online, innit?
I hear that.
But yeah, meeting H in the flesh, seeing him record a verse in front of them, all them things, they're vibing, chilling. You get me?
So, bro, did you listen to the radio?
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? Is it surreal? 'Cause I can't escape them boys.
You know, aye.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what's mad? I'm
Song's
gonna,
fun.
aye, listen,
Kiss,
yeah.
Captain Lecture,
Yeah, no, it's mad still. So the first time I heard it on radio, it felt like one of them movie moments. I felt like 50 Cent and Get Rich or Die Trying or something.
Mad.
Like,
Come on.
What's
What
my
scene,
tape
what scene?
moments or something.
Yeah.
You know, like when the guys just like listen to my tape or something.
Yeah.
And then you hear yourself on radio, like you're waiting all night to hear yourself on radio or something. Then you finally come on and you're just over the moon.
So this is the Mercedes-Benz moment where he's looking in the mirror and he's listening to his music. Just
Gaff.
Nah, I love that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What was the first radio station? How describe that moment?
I think-
Obviously, we're like looking from the inside. That or what's it? Looking from
Outside
the outside in.
Yeah.
So it's intriguing because the music world's always been something that's fascinated us. So
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think the first to show love on the radio on air might have been DJ Target on One Extra. Yeah. He played it. I think he played it on air, and yeah, I was in the car when he did that. I was on my way to McDonald's. Don't judge me.
no judgment here.
You get me? And then I just
Come
heard
on.
DJ Target shout out the boys, explain the story a little bit. I'm like, rah, so he's actually invested, kind of.
Yeah.
He didn't just drop the song. He actually gave it a little nice intro. And then I heard it, I'm like, rah, like, yo,
This
the
is
boys
actually
are on
happening.
radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can tell you're happy for them as well because obviously it's your success as well.
Listen, nah, it's crazy. It's their success, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But their thing, I don't even think they realize what's happening. I always try to explain it to them. Like,
Yeah.
yo, A1 was 15 at the time, innit? When the song dropped, he just turned 16 the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J1's 17 years old. I'm like, bruv, like,
Them man,
You
they don't
man-
even know what's about to happen
Don't know
when
what
they
you're
can
doing.
actually
Yeah.
go outside.
yo, when I was 15, don't ask me what I was doing.
Real talk. I heard that.
When I was 17, still don't ask me what I was doing.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You guys are actually
Yeah.
on route to chase, like, you're chasing your dreams. And, you know what I mean? You're living your dreams.
Especially now everything's open.
Oh yeah.
Now
so
they'll feel it.
The tours,
shows. What we saying for
festivals.
shows?
Yeah, man, you know, like, God is good, man. They've got some bookings, like, so, yeah, man, I'm
Yeah.
gassed for them.
No, that's
still.
that's important. I think
That's
it's gonna
for
be a different, absolutely different vibe when they can actually perform the song, and so it's definitely a sing back sort of song.
I hope so, man.
Nah, there's not. I hope so.
man.
But that song is
There's
catchy as
networking-
fuck.
There's the networking as well.
Yeah,
Going around
yeah,
talking
yeah,
to
yeah.
people, different
Meeting
artists.
people in the flesh.
Actually
yeah,
feeling that the fan base as well. Because
Yeah.
obviously we've all been inside when that song's blown up.
Yeah,
And now I can
yeah.
actually see the people, talk to them, interact with them, and see the
You know
actual
what,
fans.
yeah? We were staying. We had like this writing camp or the studio camp,
Mm.
a little while back, innit? So we were staying in an apartment, going studio. Had a studio set up in the apartment, and then we would go Oxford Circus because we weren't staying too far from Oxford Circus or Oxford Street, innit? So we'll go Oxford Street every time, every now and then if the boys wanted to do or get something to eat or just walk around, like, do you know what I mean? Just be in the city, innit?
Yeah.
And we would get stopped, or they would get stopped, shall I say, innit? And at first, I remember the first group of boys that stopped them, or I saw a group of boys walking towards them, yeah. And then, you know me, I'm just like, "Oh, what's going on? These youths walking towards me for?" And then they start chatting to the boys. I'm thinking, what are they trying to trouble the boys? And then I realize what's going on. The phone comes out.
yeah.
I'm like, guys know these
yeah,
people, innit?
course,
And then it
of
just
course.
kept happening and happening. I'm like, people actually know these guys, innit? I'm like, yeah, that's big, man.
It's power of the internet, power of TikTok.
real.
boy.
It's mad.
I remember someone sent me a video from work, I think. And I just heard a song in the background. And I was just thinking to myself, right, like DJs like with these people behind them, and it's just like the world works such a mysterious
Yeah, it's
way.
crazy.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, credit to them, credit to you as
Yeah,
well.
man, appreciate
How
it.
important for you? How important is that next single for them? Not obviously, we know what it's like.
Yeah.
We have to be real.
Yeah.
How important is that next single?
Look, I'm gonna be honest, innit? So, like, when you have a big single like Latest Trends, innit? Like your first song out the gate goes off like that, automatically there's this pressure, like, oh, are they one-hit wonders? Like, oh, can they do it again? And the boys put that kind of pressure on themselves as well, innit? Like, these guys want to be around for a long time, innit?
Love
You
that.
get what I'm saying? But for me, it's like, yo, I've heard the music. Like, these guys are talented. They're gonna be around for a long time. And also, I'm not here trying to chase. For me, innit, I'm like, right, let's not chase another Latest Trends.
Yeah.
Let's just drop music. Do you know what I mean? And what sticks will stick. What happens will happen. Like, we're gonna be around, innit? Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
No, I love that. That's the best response. That was a response I think that was necessary.
Yeah.
It is that thing you can't is again the same way you guys have been organic throughout everything. You have to continue to do that. If you try and switch it up or you over calculate it, that
Me.
might be when
Trust
shit
me.
goes left.
And this is what I keep saying. I'm like, we didn't like. Latest Trends was very organic, and the way everything unfolded was organic. Like, obviously, we did things, we managed the way things were blowing up. That's what we did, innit? We managed things as they blew up. So a lot of what we did was kind of reactionary, innit? You know what I mean? Like, we were reacting to things, and I'd like to believe that's what marketing is.
Yes.
Marketing is
for sure.
reacting to things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And figuring out how to, deal with it. Like, yeah, like, so if that's how that worked, let's not try too hard to manufacture or, you know, like, let's not change what we did the first time round, innit?
Yeah,
Let's just
because
stick to that
otherwise it
organic
doesn't
thing.
become organic anymore.
Yeah.
It's now fiction. It's now like, what's it? This trap guitar sort of sound. Everybody's making the same sound, the same style. Some bars are hard, some bars are just the same. But yeah.
I hear you. Yeah. And then you'll find somebody else that wants to try and make that song that you've just made blow up. And then it's flattery, do you know what I mean? And I'm sure you've probably heard one or
No,
two.
it's interesting still, like, it's interesting. So I've just noticed a lot of songs. I don't want to say Latest Trends was the first song to go off on TikTok, because I'm sure it wasn't.
Of course.
But I remember at the time speaking to someone at the team on TikTok, the TikTok team and stuff, and they said that's the first song from the UK to go off like that without without, because it went
Without a
off before.
push.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Like songs that go off like this, usually it's a planned campaign.
Mm. Yeah.
He was
Oh,
like,
but we know this.
yeah, it's a planned campaign. Like this was meant to happen, whereas this was proper organic. There was no like at that point there was no campaign.
Yeah.
Do you get me? The thing was just going off. They were like, "Right, they haven't seen that before." So when he said that, I'm like, "Right, man." And anyway, after all of that, I've just noticed, right, like
People have been
I
using
see what
that.
you man are trying to do there.
People are trying to
See
have
what they're
those
trying to
moments,
do.
innit?
I see.
Oh,
Big ups to them.
yeah, it's that thing, and then I guess someone has to go through the door in order for others to follow. You know, maybe if you man don't do it, then commitment issues doesn't do as well as it does on that.
That's a banger still.
It is, and do you know what? You guys have to. I mean, obviously we've seen the success of Body, but like maybe that doesn't happen. You know, if you man don't go through the door first. You know, if TikTok themselves are telling you that, then you know there's already something there.
I hear you still. Those two songs are bangers though. Body's a banger still. That song's crazy.
You rate it?
It's going off. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. The thing.
How do you feel when, like, obviously you're so invested in the boys at the moment? How do you feel when you listen to other music now? I don't think it would kind of change that much.
You know what's mad? Yeah, I don't really. If I'm being honest, like I don't really listen to. I don't want to say music. I listen to music, but I don't really listen to rap too tough. It's a lot of R&B. Yeah, a lot of R&B, neo soul.
But from what perspective? Because I was speaking to Manny and we were talking about like everything he's doing and what you were doing as well.
Yeah.
And like he was saying that.
Shout outs to Manny.
Yeah, man. I need to get him on there. But he was saying that when he listens to music now, because he's managing, he doesn't even listen through enjoyment no more. In his mind, he's trying to calculate. He's trying to see what he can do with a song, if it fits this artist, if it fits this criteria.
Okay.
So the enjoyment is gone. Do you still feel
interesting.
enjoyment when you listen?
Nah, man, I enjoy music. But
Okay,
the only
okay.
thing, like, so I enjoy music, but because of the kind of music my artists make and the music I'm in and around, I hear it a lot. So
Word.
when I do go out of my way to listen to music, it's usually, like I said, R&B and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But off the back of what Manny said, I do other things. Like I have these other moments where I'm like, I'm watching a TV advert and it's got an artist in it, or it's got AJ in it, for example.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about the business of it. And
I
that's,
see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the way
yeah,
my head
yeah.
is working now because I'm a manager and stuff. So I'm looking at, I'm like, right, yeah, he's got a sick brand. Oh, that's a sick sponsorship. I'm looking
Oh,
at
okay.
like
You're trying to look at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
opportunities.
yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
I like that.
It's like, oh, that's sick still.
So let's say there's certain artists out there now that if you could manage them, is there anything you'd do differently or just to put on your managing hat?
Would I do anything differently if I was managing somebody else? Are you asking?
Yeah.
Nah, not really. Nah, man. Nah, not really. Just it depends who I'm managing. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a different approach to different types of artists. You know what I mean? And yeah. Like I can't do all the work. The artist does a lot of it as well.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't sit here and take bare credit and act like I'm a genius or the genius behind everything. The artist does a lot of the work as well.
I hear that. I guess a question, I don't know how to word this, but like, going forward, what is it for you as a manager? What is it you want to achieve?
You know what? Yeah, I'm just a fan of music, bruv. Like, I'm just a fan of music. Like, I'm a fan of our culture as well. And I'm just here to be a part of taking it forward. Just be a part of it, take it forward. I'm here to, just be around. You know what I mean? And another thing, when I say I'm a fan of our culture, and when I say taking it forward, man, like, I feel like A1 and J1, I feel like that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what we're doing. When I say taking the culture, a lot of people might look at it and be like, yeah, that's not our thing. But I'm like, right, it's our thing.
It's our
bro.
thing, man.
Yeah,
It's our
That's
thing.
that's our thing.
It's our
still.
thing.
That's our
Have to
thing.
pick up the boys.
I got a question. Yeah, this is top of the dome. Usually, what happens with young artists, like we've seen countless times of what happens to them. What is your plan to take them away from that downfall that young artists usually have?
When you say downfall, what are you talking about? That
I guess just not getting mixed up in the wrong.
you talking about
So they,
drugs, drink, mental
the
health.
public image, So whatever comes with that. So if it's alcohol, bad boy image, this, and so on and so forth. Like, how would you? What is your plan to avoid that? To keep them just.
You know what it is? Yeah?
excelling?
I'm not here to avoid anything like that. Like, I'm not here to avoid anything really. These guys are their own guys. Do you know what I mean? And they're only 16, just turned 16 and 17. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these guys are gonna go through changes in personality. They're still finding themselves.
Yeah.
That you will see that in their music or their musical choices, their appearance. You'll see these things change, innit? It would be weird for people to be confused by that, because when everyone was at their age, they were going through the same changes.
Yeah.
So I'm just here to, if they're gonna find themselves, they're gonna search, they might change, man. You might go bald one day, might get a mohawk one day, dye their hair.
Yeah.
I'm not here to stop all of that.
Yeah.
Do what you're doing. Like, let's document it. Let's document it. Let's make music. Let's record. Let's record content in the studio. Like, let's document it all, man. It's life, man.
No, it has to be done.
100%. Fam, do you ever? Because obviously the last time we had you on, we were speaking about you and everything going on with you. Do you ever hear a beat and then your mind starts ticking?
You know what's mad? Yeah, like I haven't made music myself in long. I don't think that's my thing right now. Anyway, but I do believe that the moment will come again where I feel inspired, and
do you feel like you're so invested in this now? It would
100%. I don't want to call it a conflict of interest, but I couldn't think about making music whilst managing artists.
Okay. So you're not telling the producer, yo, put this on the CSP.
I'll do this. But one time we was in the studio though. There was one time we was in the studio, yeah, and we was working with a producer, Jay Keys. Shouts out to Jay Keys, and he made this beat. Like, he just made this beat. The boys were wrapping up a session. He made this beat. And then someone was like, oh, yeah, that's Deej. That's your type of vibe, you know? And then you get me feeling like the old guy, you know, just putting the boots back on. You get me? I felt like, let me get my old boots back on. Yeah, might have just dropped the 16 quickly.
Has to be done.
It was like, rah, yeah, hard. You get me? Like, yeah, man. But generally speaking, nah, I'm not making music right now.
Would you take on more artists?
Yeah and no. Like, I'm not trying to have a squad of artists, because I'm not, like, everyone's in this thing for different reasons and everyone has different capacity. Like, you know, people are capable of different things. Me, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can and can't do in it. And I'm not here to be a manager that just dips his hand in every pie. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not just trying to have guys on the roster because I think they might blow. I'm actually here to add value. And if I feel like I can't add value to your thing, even if I think your thing is going to go off because you're talented, if I can't add value, I'm not here to leech or jump on that wagon. Do you know what I mean? So
I think that's the best. Yeah, that's the best attitude to have.
Understandable.
Yeah,
100%. I guess, anyone else have any questions before we?
I was going to talk about the power of TikTok, but truthfully, we kind of went into it already. Do you know what I mean? It really shifted.
Crazy.
Shifted things.
Nah, TikTok's crazy, man. I remember, an early conversation I had with. I met these cool guys, man. Some tech guys that now have involvement at a label. I think they have their own label. Yeah. So I met these two cool guys, very tech savvy guys, and they were just talking about. They were like, "Raw, what you guys are doing is sick. Like, TikTok, that's crazy." And then we had this conversation where they were just like, "Yeah, like, on our side of things, because they work on the label side of things, they're like, yeah, labels are behind the curve. Like, there's people on this side, on the label side, that are looking at TikTok and still don't believe it. Like, nah, that's not music. That's just content. Like, you know what I mean? They're hearing songs on there. Nah, that's not really music.
How could they have that thought process? When
I get what they mean, though.
It's one of those things. I feel like this always happens. History repeats itself all the time. The new thing comes along, everybody discredits it for as long as they can until they realize, let's be a part of that.
Get with it.
Yeah, because I don't see how you can. It's the same way that Vine was instrumental in blowing up some songs. TikTok is doing this on a daily basis.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Man, tech, man, get with it, man. You get
have
with
to,
it.
because it's definitely the future. I don't see how you can have an issue with it. It's definitely pushing songs. There's songs that wouldn't have have done even as well without the help of TikTok.
Listen, bro, like, let's be real in it. So I've seen certain songs come out. Songs are hard, by the way. They've come out and they're doing decent, but they've not yet broke the charts. They haven't broke the top 40 or anything like that. Then weeks after release, and listen, when they come out and they're doing decent, imagine like the team behind the song, the label and everything, they have a marketing plan and strategy in place that's actually in effect.
Yeah.
And the song's doing all right. Then some mad random moment will happen on TikTok where someone on the other side of the world in Australia or something just sees this song, uses it,
potential,
uses it as a sound and does something stupid,
Yep.
not related to the song whatsoever.
Yeah.
The artist didn't even have that. As a,
And then it goes off and then it becomes a trend on TikTok.
Crazy.
that's it.
And then before you know it, that song's in the top 10 on the charts now and it's
Crazy.
having a moment now.
They're doing their stuff,
man,
they're
TikTok,
touring,
man.
they're living their life.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man, it's
Crazy.
it's for real. It's even with big artists that they like. I think Nicki Minaj LLC went back in the charts just because it became a
Because
TikTok.
that's what happens, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so
Like it's nuts.
It's not linear anymore. It's not. It's,
It's
not
not,
what we
man.
knew
There's
it
no
to
rules.
be. There's
The
no.
rules have gone out the bin.
Do you know what I mean? Like obviously, don't get it twisted. I hear this word a lot, so I hear people in the industry on the label side of things talk about a traditional strategy, like, oh yeah, we do things the traditional way, innit?
Yeah.
So all that traditional stuff still works, but do you get me?
There are other ways.
There are
There are
others.
other ways
are
that
other
are just
ways.
as,
Other ways
if
to
not
get to
more
the
effective
destination.
at the moment, innit?
Do you think
What's
that
going
kicks
on
down
with
the
West
well? I think we can all agree that kicks down the door and lets in people who might not have been allowed in the room.
100%, man, 100%. A1 and J1 don't get in the room, like, if not for these kinds of platforms. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, where do you go to? Like, where, like, what do you do? Record a song and hand out your physical copy, CD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people, you know what I mean? Like it just open up the doors for a lot more people, and it's good because at the end of the day, it's driving the culture forward. Do you get me? It means that more people are seeing what we're doing, more people are getting involved in what we're doing, and it's just driving everything forward, man.
Perfect. Now, interesting question. How do you feel about GRM? So obviously that's a great UK platform.
Yeah, big
Would you ever
platform
put
still.
Would you ever put the boys on there? I know they've got their own channel where they do their own thing as well. So there's obviously they don't necessarily need it, you know. But how do you feel about it? What would you say to artists? Because I've had this like debate within myself. Would I put my music on there? Yeah, you would because it's got such a big reach.
Yeah.
But could you do it on your own?
Yeah, like GRM's a sick platform, by the way. Very, very, very important to the culture, innit? Like, yeah, man, GRM still. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of people that had never listened to our music before, but just through algorithms and stuff, just through algorithms and things on YouTube, like they've come across GRM as a platform, and then they've just clicked on one song, then they've ended up going through a bunch of songs, and before you know it, they're aware of the UK thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shouts out to GRM. Would I put my artist music on there? Yeah, why not? Not necessarily A1 and J1, maybe, but for like we've got a platform. You know what I mean? Like the boys have got a YouTube channel, over 120k subscribers in such a short space of time.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's what
I mean?
That really helps an
100%.
artist having that
Yeah,
available.
still.
Yeah.
So yeah, for them, like it's sick. Like they've got subscribers that are invested in them. So that's why we drop content, even not just music. We just drop content on their channel.
I rate that, man.
Other artists,
You have to feed the people.
A lot of
Yeah,
artists
yeah.
don't do that, you know.
Yeah,
Bare
yeah.
big artists don't even have their own YouTube page.
Which
Yeah.
is always
Crazy.
too late.
I guess
Mind-boggling.
It's crazy.
like I guess times were like when some artists started, that wasn't the thing, innit? Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You went through the platforms like Link Up, GRM and stuff.
Had to be
SB.
done.
And yeah, man. So I wouldn't even I couldn't even say it like, oh yeah, they don't have their own channel. Like where like that's nah, man. Like they're still doing their thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard that.
But yeah, obviously, if you could make your own channel, it's a good thing to do. Still drop music on GRM if you wish to drop music on GRM. I guess you just have to weigh up the options and different strokes for different folks, innit?
110%. I think, yeah, no, that's the best way to look at it. I don't know, that's just something I've always thought about. Like, what would be the best way for an artist to drop their music? And I guess it's, at the end of the day, it's really about reaching the most ears.
Yeah.
And if you can do that through whatever platform's available, you have to just take that advantage, really.
And you
innit?
know what? Another thing, yeah, different platforms, innit? Like, let's be honest, innit? different platforms, whether it's a meme page on Instagram or one of them gossip pages or a music platform on YouTube, people have different audiences. There may be an overlap in audiences, but different audiences. So people are there for different reasons, innit? So I remember I was talking to someone and they've got an artist. They're like, yeah, we're ready to drop. I'm gonna hit up all the pages on Insta to promote the song, blah blah blah. And then I was just thinking, rah, you know what? Too many times I've seen artists just shell out a bunch of money, pay these pages to put up their music, and then I read the comments. Although it's engagement, like people engage with it, they engage with it on that platform. So on Instagram, they engage with it on that Insta page.
Yeah.
They don't go to the
I
YouTube.
see.
And when I look at the
Okay.
Insta page and the comments, I'm like, oh, they're rinsing this. They're
Because you're
dissing,
not
man.
reaping, you're not reaping the benefits.
They're dissing,
And,
man. You know, like,
And
they're like,
that's what you want. You want to reap the benefits, of course, like, what the positive feedback.
yeah.
And the fact that you're maybe going to get like 1,000 followers from that, but then you look at the posts. From
People
each
don't
of
even
these
necessarily
pages.
get 1,000 followers. Sometimes man just get cussed. And I'm just like, right. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Rah, why is everyone hating? And then I just clock, oh, why are we posting a freestyle on the Shade Borough? Like, not saying that it don't work sometimes. Like,
They're not there for that.
They're not necessarily there for that. They're
That
there
was-
for some
yeah.
tea in it. Like,
That makes a lot of
you know what I
sense.
mean? They're there for some green tea and that. Like,
They've come there for one reason, and you weren't here to hear a brother be rapping.
you know what I mean? Although if you're hard, you're hard. Someone might take it in, but generally speaking, they're there for different things. So
Exactly.
that's not necessarily the most efficient way to market or promote your tunes.
No.
And the same with platforms. So, for example, I don't know. I don't know it all, innit? I don't know if A1 and J1 get the same reaction if they drop on GRM. I don't know.
Yeah.
Considering the music that gets dropped on GRM, I don't
Yeah,
know if
'cause-
they take A1 and J1 seriously.
Yeah.
It's tough because when you drop on there, you could just be, there's hundreds of tracks
Yeah,
that are
yeah,
dropped
yeah,
on there
yeah,
in a week potentially.
Yeah, you could get lost in the mix.
Could
You
get
know what I
lost,
mean?
yeah.
Get drowned
And-
by the algorithm. You
Yeah.
don't know.
And the genre itself keeps changing every 4 years. So basically, it's always going to stick within that sort of taste of music. Whereas A1 and J1, they've done something that is beautiful
Yeah.
and completely different and organic, of course. But when you put it in GRM daily, it doesn't even fit. It's the jigsaw piece that doesn't fit.
Yeah, maybe. You know what I mean? But I'm happy we did it the way we did, innit? And
Yeah,
For sure.
it worked out the way it did.
But I'm talking about that song in particular. I mean,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
could be other songs out there
Yeah,
that
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah.
slap heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel you, man. But yeah, shouts out GRM, man.
Who was
Yeah,
number
shouts
one
to
when
Costa.
you guys were number two? Just so-
Hey, man, let's not have that conversation.
Don't give them no shine.
Nah,
Nah,
I'm
I'm,
just-
joking, man. You know what it is, yeah? So this tune, yeah.
I'm trying to beef them for them.
Yeah. Yo, man.
What's
The
that?
song, what's it
Like, why are you
called?
as angry as I am, bro?
It's called, what's it called, man? I don't even know the name, man. I just know a couple words in the name, or is it whether it's the artist or it's the name of the song? I don't know, man. I just know sea shanty or something like. Well,
Oh,
you know
fuck.
that tune
Yeah, nah, I'm
there?
livid. The boys are too
Listen,
talented. I know what song it
Man,
is.
I deeped it, man.
Nah,
So it go, man.
Yeah,
That's the
man.
game.
I was
It's
angry,
still
man.
an accomplishment, bro. Don't
Nah,
let those
no,
numbers
not at all.
ever.
That's not, I'm not even taking it away from that.
Nah, I know.
I was gutted, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I
Nah,
was gutted.
Because you
Coming,
guys
man.
deserved
It's
it.
coming.
It's,
I was
well, then
gutted.
that's yeah. We
It's
come
coming.
back, come back hungrier, isn't it?
We'll run the block, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. See Shanty my ass, that man can get out of here. It's a
Hey,
joke.
Yo, I thought, hey, man, I'm competitive, and I wanted the number one.
No, and as you should be.
But I saw man like Gary Barlow and them man singing that sea shanty song on TV and
You wanted to look off the whole rave.
yeah, man. You know, and Deck and all them man, they was getting behind it. I'm like, yeah, we're not getting that number one.
Oh,
That's get me. The whole of Britain's
Fuming.
behind this one.
Yeah.
but it's fam, you can't even-
man,
there's
it's
you know
sick though,
there's certain tracks you can't beef. You know what I
of
mean?
course, man. But yeah,
That song is another TikTok.
yeah,
That's all it
yeah,
was.
that song had
Okay.
mad moment online. But anyway, like I was just happy that the boys were a part of.
Nah, that's how many
You get
people
me?
in their lives can say that. You know what I mean?
Trust me.
So it's a W whatever way you look at it.
Yeah,
100%.
man. Of course.
Fam, that's what you and the boys have managed to achieve. That's real shit, you know.
It's big, man. It's big still. Long may it continue.
Oh God.
That's
oh
a
God.
fact. Yo, we're looking at more hits and more number one single coming. I'm telling you now.
man.
Fam, you heard it here first.
Oh God.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Alright.
for real. Does anyone have any other questions before we wrap up?
Nah, man.
The music.
Yes.
Of course,
the
we
song
didn't do that for the
selection.
last episode, you know.
It's alright.
I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
All right, so
I'm ready, man.
Deej.
I'm ready, man. Ask me a question, man. I'm ready, man.
What are you listening to at the moment, then?
I was gonna ask him the question, but
No. So firstly, let me tell you what I'm listening to at the moment. I'm listening to a lot of stuff, you know. I swear to you.
Okay.
Not hardly any rap, but
No, that's cool.
I'm listening to a lot of Sir.
So it's called.
I like her a
I
lot.
don't like his brother though.
Daniel C.
You already know how I feel about that man.
Another
I like a lot
conversation.
of Daniel Caesar. Listening to Solange. A lot of music still. Sometimes I'm listening to Nora Jones. I don't know if people know who Nora Jones is. Yeah, man, that's old school. Sometimes it's Oasis, I swear to you. Sometimes it's...
Don't look back in anger and then, man.
I said that.
I swear to you, sometimes I just dabble in a lot of different types of music. But
That has to be done.
yeah, man. Obviously,
So if you had to pick one, just a
one
song.
track that you're listening to right now, we're gonna add that to the playlist.
oh yeah, nah, tell a lie as well. I'm listening to a lot of Afro beats as well right now, actually.
Okay.
A lot of Rema, Burna Boy, Wizkid, of course.
Of course.
A lot of Burna Boy though. Can't lie, I really, really like Burna Boy at the moment.
Burna Boy.
We going to the concert?
What concert? When is it?
It's the
It's in August or something.
Money off Mac. That's what I'm gonna
That's
say.
a ticket.
That's all.
What's
That's
up?
all I'm
How
gonna
much is
say.
standing?
120, bro.
Nah,
I think more.
He can keep that.
130, I think. Something like that.
Man,
It's
post-COVID,
just
man.
Burna Boy.
Hey,
I understand
ever
it.
say that, man.
Nah,
The markup is higher, isn't it?
I'm assuming that has something to do with COVID, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
100%.
They have to make their money back. And do you know what? People were complaining online, but they'll go.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
we seen
Yay
Post
on
lockdown,
people's
man.
Insta
It's gonna
stories.
be lit, man.
People need
Yeah,
to enjoy their
yeah,
lives,
We're
man.
gonna sweat
Yeah,
out
yeah,
and
yeah.
dance and that. Yeah, man.
100%.
Dance, sing your heart out, man. Enjoy it, man.
For real, nah. Burner's a king.
You man wants to cry, bro. He's like, what?
No, I'm alright. I'm okay. I don't have to go. You know, there's YouTube.
Live stream,
The
yeah.
energy in the place, though.
Yeah, no. the energy's
Burna Boy is
different.
hard, you know.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
something
you
else.
better be dancing.
He's something else.
Yeah, man. I remember there's this tune he had that come out, man. What's it called? It's with Zlatan, yeah.
Oh, that song is so
Listen,
cold.
Yo, man, I remember, yeah, my cousin from Nigeria, yeah. There was a time where he just snapped me some pool party in Nigeria, innit? And everyone was dancing on a mad thing to this song.
Yeah, yeah.
And the energy was just mad, like high energy in this video. Like, and I'm like, what song is that? And then he's like, hey, that's Burna Boy, innit? And then later, just like not too long after, the song reaches over here, innit?
Yeah.
And then I was at some function one time in Shoreditch, yeah, and Manny Norte was DJing, innit? And he dropped the song.
Yeah, the drum.
And listen, yeah,
Mad.
man, the energy was high in that place.
Has
like,
to be,
he even
man.
stepped away from the decks and that to start dancing.
yeah.
like-
Say word.
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
song is a
man,
banger.
yeah,
It's clean.
yeah, yeah,
When they played it in him versus Popcorn, I said, "Yo, you might have lost. You've lost."
yeah, that song
Yeah,
was mad
it's,
still.
Nah, it's
something else
clean.
entirely.
How
How about you guys? What are you thinking of?
man,
picking?
what are you saying?
I'm gonna pick a song while E-Man looks.
There's a future.
I might throw it back, you know, because I actually liked the song when it came out, but it wasn't an official release. It's Charlie Mace and the guy in the building right now. Song, what is it? Rugrat.
Rugrat.
Bruv, when he finally released it, I said, all right then. Because we heard the rough copy, innit? We
Yeah,
heard the
yeah,
rough,
yeah,
and to hear it
yeah.
on Spotify, I was like, this is love. This is what I want to hear,
I
bro.
love that. I
Shouts
love
out
that.
Mace, man. He's hard, man.
Mace is,
hard
yeah,
still.
he's funny as hell, bro.
Yeah,
He posted one crypto video
yeah,
yesterday.
Yeah.
I said, this guy is too funny, bro.
Nah, that guy is a joker, you know.
I
He's
love
too
it.
funny.
Nah, he's a joker.
You know, what, I don't know if it's on streaming, but Pain is the Essence, Stubbs featuring Gigs. I don't know if it is on streaming.
It must be.
If it's not, then my second choice will be Spin That, the Irish Dons, K-Sav and Debo.
Okay.
Hard as bricks, man. Them boys in Ireland are they're getting busy.
Yeah, man. Shouts out them guys, man. Hard still.
892.
Yeah, man, what are you saying?
There's several different songs to pick from. Recently, it was a throwback.
Go
This
on.
was Huey and Lloyd, When I Hustle, and I remember that song when it came out. That it was a completely different. it was just completely different to what I was listening to back then. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
listening to way too much G Unit. So then when I heard this song, it was
This
really
boy was a
lovely, really
fan.
nice.
Yeah.
But I think I'll choose another song for episode 89.
Okay,
I'm
might
recording
pick
2
another
episodes
one
currently
as
at the
well.
moment. But episode 90, my song choice.
That's all right. I think it's the AC.
This AC's playing games.
It's making better noises. Boy.
My God. My song choice is No Hard Feelings by Manga and Merkston, recently released.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Merkston is going to release something fairly soon.
It's cold still.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cold,
Because he
mango
looks
as
like
well.
he's cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pick one more for the other episode. I'll pick a song by Smino called Rice and Gravy. He's a wavy man. He's a wavy artist.
Oh, I guess if we have to pick another option, let me make sure it's gonna be a J. Cole song.
Okay. If we
That boy stays in the playlist after that album.
God, no.
95 South.
Slow down. So you really like that album, yeah?
What are we getting into this?
This is
Isn't
why
it
Renee
on?
came. This is why Renee came.
What, you didn't like it?
Nah, I think J. Cole. I like the album still. I like it.
Oh, you like
No,
it?
I think.
okay.
I think. Listen, yeah. I think.
Do you know, I'm right there with you. This is the first album from him I've liked in a minute.
Nah, but I was about to say, like, I think the album's good, innit?
Oh,
Like,
you
get
like
me?
it?
It's not easy to make an album, innit? Like, a body of work and that, innit? J. Cole can spit, like, he's tough with the rapping, like, tough bars. Like,
Yeah.
It's cold, innit?
Mm.
But, yo, man.
Yeah.
Personally, innit?
Alright.
I don't think Cole is making music no more, innit?
Wow.
What?
What do you mean?
He's not making music no more.
You know what? I actually hear you on
Cole,
that.
yeah, I
Cole
listen to
feature just
old
gone in the
Cole.
bin.
I listen to old. I listen to old Cole, yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Man.
he was making music. Like,
Okay.
I'm hearing beats. Like, I'm hearing beats that are reaching me, like, reaching my soul. Like, rah.
Okay.
I'm
I do
hearing the
hear you.
message. I'm hearing these bars. I'm hearing them. Like, I'm like, yo, like, this song is just perfectly put together, innit? I'm hearing this music now. I'm like, yeah, he's just spazzing, and that's what he's doing. He's spazzing.
Oh,
Okay, I'm
I
with.
see
I'm
what you're
following
saying.
you now.
Yeah.
When I went to see Forest Hills Drive live band, innit?
Mm.
So I'm hearing instruments, like, and like they're amplifying the instruments. I'm hearing reverb on the instruments, and it's touching
Yeah.
me. innit?
Yeah.
You get me?
Nah, I hear what
This
you're saying.
album, like, if he tours it, I don't know where I'll hear the instruments in it. Like, I don't even know if he'll have a live band or.
Yeah.
I doubt it. It's better than his 2 previous efforts.
I think it's better than KOD. Yeah, it's better than
I
KOD.
don't even know how people
Yeah, it's
can
better than KOD.
I don't know how people can listen to For Your Eyes Only.
I don't think it's better than For Your Eyes.
That's
No.
cap.
I
No.
don't think it's better than For Your Eyes. I
What
think
you think? You don't think it's better than For Your?
I think it's tougher in terms of him barring.
Yeah,
like,
just
In terms of
ability.
what the content is on For Your Eyes Only, it's completely different.
He
Yeah.
tried
Because-
to sing on For Your Eyes and didn't
Because
work.
this one, yeah, he's giving out bars.
What, For Your Eyes, it worked, man. It was hard.
Nah, I thought it was terrible.
What? Hard. Very hard.
There's only
thought it
two,
was alright.
there's 2 songs that I go back to: Neighbours and Immortal.
Yeah, I remember you
That's-
speaking
and
about this the other
that's
day.
it, man.
I listened to For Your Eyes only. The track at the end, I think it's deep.
It's one of his best songs.
I
That
think
song.
it's deep. I was watching Joey Badass talk about it. He was like, he was on a plane one time. That song was playing,
Mm.
and he said, like, his eyes were filling up in it, like he was getting teary. And then the next song was Solange, Cranes in the Sky. And he just started bawling, like
He was going through it. God
he just
damn.
started bawling. I'm
That's
like, yeah,
funny.
Yo,
Nah.
Shuffle was trying to kill that man.
Yeah, he's trying to put him in a split.
yeah,
man.
that song
For
deep.
real.
So I like For Your Eyes.
Now that you've explained yourself, I do understand.
That was
what
a
you're
good
talking about.
explanation.
Yeah, I hear
Yeah.
what you're
I
saying.
was waiting for him to land, but you like
Yeah.
I fully because that
The plane
that,
landed and the people clapped for
Yeah,
the pilot.
yeah, that album is just lyrical. I was telling you, man, this is a lyrical exercise.
Yeah, lyrical
This
exercise.
is just
like,
There's
lyrical
nothing wrong with it. I
Spazzy.
enjoyed it.
I love
enjoyed
it.
It's-
Personally, I fucking love
Yo,
it.
I was here
fucking
for
love
it,
I was
man.
waiting, I was waiting for music. Like, I was waiting for Forest Hills Drive again, but
You're
I
never
get-
gonna hear that. I don't know if we'll ever go back to that.
I know, like, obviously, I get it. You have to leave artists to do what they do in it. Like, he's already done Forest Hills Drive. Why am I asking for it again? I get it,
But then again, this is the off season.
I don't know.
And the fall off is coming, isn't it? That's the next
I
one.
don't-
I
that's
just
I
hope
don't-
the fall off is more of what I'm looking for, innit?
maybe more thrilling as a just
Yeah, man.
just you know. I
listened
know what
to
you're trying to
Forest Hills
say.
Drive
I know what
last
you're
night.
trying to say.
Last night, I listened to Forest Hills Drive.
Yeah.
Every single song went off.
It's
for me.
it's
gonna
a,
listen to
I-
it back.
it's a
I'm gonna
classic.
listen to it
Like,
back.
I use that word loosely. I know.
Even the
I'm with you.
intro,
I'm
intro and outro.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable saying that. That album is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's you know when you think of like a time in your life and music can do that.
Yeah.
2014 Forest Hill Drives does that for me.
Hard. even Born Sinner, I listen back to Born Sinner as well, and I'm like, yeah, like I like that, like I prefer Forest Hills Drive, but Born Sinner has bare moments, and I'm like, Cole's
Born Sinner
making
feels
music.
like the natural, or what, like you could tell the ideas or someone capable of making 2014 was there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I look at
Facts,
Born
facts,
Sinner.
facts,
And I think
facts.
that makes me appreciate Born Sinner more.
Yeah, facts.
But he's a great artist. I just think he had a bit of, he went. Do you know what? Sometimes artists go through a period where they don't make music for you. Or I was actually thinking about this the other day. Is an artist might have put some stock in the bank with yourself in the sense that they made that album was so dope. I'll listen to their next 2 albums no matter what the quality is. So for example, the best example of that with myself is Playboy Carti. Playboy Carti self-titled album, loved it.
Yeah.
You know, but front to back, like this is, you know, it's mumble rap, but you know, it's just vibes.
I know where he's going.
Dial It was aight.
Yeah.
But you know, he still had stock from self-titled. That fucking what is it?
A Whole Lot of Red.
A Whole Lot of Red
Yeah.
was terrible.
I
I've
hear
never
you
listened
still.
to any music by that man again. Stop
I hear you still.
Benito.
You know what? Sorry, you just said a term, yeah, that just get me, just went off of my head. So you said mumble rap, innit? Where did that term come from? Did
don't
did the
Migos.
rappers themselves?
Nah,
call
that was
themselves
just like
mumble
I
rappers?
don't know.
Like,
It was
came
just
from
like
Migos.
Or were they insult? Like,
It
it
was
an
used as
insult?
an
It
insult.
was, yeah, it was
Yeah.
just an
Was
insult.
it 2016, the whole SoundCloud period? That's when they were like saying
Yeah,
all
man,
those
I'm-
Lil Uzi Verts, Playboy Carti, Migos to some degree.
Yeah.
Because first
Yeah.
it was you know, it was the hard rap, you know, the hard rap. Then the next thing, Drake came out waving his hands, and then now we hear the Migos,
Getting
where
body
it's
bad singing.
and everyone's going with it as well.
Like,
But then that's New York. That's New York just being New York.
okay,
They were-
I
they
don't
were
get
taking
why we
the-
always do that.
They were taking a piss out of Atlanta, the South,
okay.
Well,
and then
just
that's
a-
when they realized that.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
Guys
as you
in New
said,
York now
sometimes
sound
it's
like
too late.
Guys from the South, though.
Yeah, because you have people like Designer.
But
yeah,
maybe
ASAP Rocky.
maybe it's a term of like just people being scared of what's the new.
That's what
so like
always
they'll say
happens.
Oh,
this
100%,
is
bro.
this is going to be TikTok music,
Yeah,
but then
yeah,
eventually,
yeah.
oh no, it's not TikTok music. This is actually music.
Always happens in our culture. I always
We
wonder
do it all the
why,
time.
like, why do we always frown upon
But I
the
think
new
most
team?
genres do it.
I
Like,
don't know, do they?
Nah.
Is it just us?
Rock was terrified of punk.
I hear you still,
Okay.
but I feel like the way we
What
do
is
it,
punk?
Punk is like the best example is fucking. I might be wrong, so if I'm wrong, please correct me. But what's that band?
Because I always thought that rock and punk were the same.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. The song is dope, and I can't remember Nirvana.
Okay.
So it's
That's punk.
I think that's what it is. Or Sex Pistols. That's definitely punk.
What a name.
It's a punk. Put your hands up. I got my Sex Pistol. That's crazy. But yeah, so genres are. I think it happens in every genre. It just seems. I think rap or hip hop, rap, whatever, evolves very quickly.
Okay.
So I feel like something always comes out that makes people like, a bit,
Take them
scared.
back. Yeah.
Because New York was scared when the South was coming out. They fucking booed Outkast at the Vibe
yeah,
Awards, I want to
yeah,
say.
it's mad
How you
stuff.
booing at Outkast? Outkast
it's
is for the
mad.
kids.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
It's
Mad
just
stuff.
New York.
Come to Death Row if you don't want your manager dancing in your videos.
But speaking about
love that so
speaking
much.
about
Sugars
the-
are sugars
the-
are crazy
the
guy.
videos.
the state of New York, yeah. Rest in peace to DMX. You know, that's what I'm gonna put on the playlist for this week coming because his album is dropping basically Friday. We've already recorded this, but the Friday coming for us,
Yeah.
which is Griselda. You know, I love Griselda. Yeah,
The playlist is Griselda.
the playlist is pretty much Griselda.
Yeah, thanks,
If
I
it's
man.
not-
respect that. West Side guy.
Hey, I'm with it as well.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
so,
I'm with it as well.
it's Griselda and DMX. It's DMX featuring Griselda, but
Shouts out DMX.
when you listen to the track,
DMX is hard.
You discussed it
man.
in
He's
the
hard
last
still.
in the last one. Yeah,
Yeah.
his legacy is
It's
cemented,
DMX
isn't
is
it?
hard still. DMX is
But how
hard.
come my man said Brenda, Shalisa? I was here for it, man.
but in this track, he's talking about like he's 50 years old and he's still going. Well, of course, now he's gone.
R.I.P.
but
Respects.
He was living his truth in the track.
I need that. Give me
Love
that
it.
energy, man.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah.
All right, perfect. I think Made in Chafford podcast episode 90. Honestly, thank you so much for coming through, bro.
appreciate you,
really
bro.
appreciate
Coming
it.
through,
Real
bro.
insight into the industry as well. So
guys, man.
nah,
We gotta
that's
get you
love.
back here when
The
what's
number
his
one
name?
single.
When the number one single comes, and obviously when AJ beats Fury,
when
innit?
Femi, when Femi beats Luke.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
Oh god.
All right, cool.
Love that. Thank you, bro.